And welcome everybody to this special video demonstrating the use of the Model 30 Pneumatonometer. This is the unofficial user guide and tips with unbox and setup part 1. Note this is not an official video. This has not been vetted by or endorsed by Reichert in any way and is my personal opinion. It is for educational purposes. So you start by taking everything out. You'll have your manual and all of the accessories. We get it out of the nice pink wrapper, and I like to put it on a rolling cart like this. It just makes it easier to move around if you have to transfer it from one room to the next. These aren't great to pick up and move because of all the cords and cables, so having it on a stand is a much nicer system. So start by taking out a Phillips screwdriver and unscrewing the back. Yes, you need to take apart your brand new Model 30 before you use it. And here's why. So behind there is a shipping bracket, and what that does is it locks the motor in place so that it doesn't get damaged as the thing is shipped around. There's a suspension system on the motor to decrease vibration. You can now see it all free and moving, and that has to be locked in anytime the unit's shipped. One of my tricks is to unscrew one of the side panel screws and just kind of put the shipping bracket right there for future use. If you ever have to ship it back to the company or if you have to ship it anywhere, it's great to lock that motor back in place. So having your bracket right there is very convenient and you won't lose it. So tighten up all your screws. Now this panel is also the place where you have your little air filter, so we'll get to that later. Then we plug in our cord and we're ready to get started. So the first thing you have to do is prepare your handpiece for first use. You'll notice there is no tip on there, and we will start by plugging in the gas port, and you should hear a nice solid click when that happens. And then we're going to take our tip and take it out of the package, and you should definitely buy a pack of 5 or 10, I forget how they come, because you will need to change tips every now and then. So the tip goes onto the steel tube and you just kind of twist it on, and what's really important here is it is not put all the way up. The biggest mistake I see is people take that steel tube and they push it all the way to the plastic tip. See how there's about 2 millimeters of space there? This is really important. See how it gimbals like that? Very important for the use of the probe. And then I like to spin the cap, make sure it spins freely, give it a rock, make sure it rocks. We'll talk about this later. So the first thing we do is we verify the calibration. Notice this is not calibrating, this is verifying calibration. So you fill this with water to the hash mark, and then we're going to start the machine up. You have to put a little bit of water on the tip. It has to run with liquid. It can't run dry. And then we do a standard tonometry. You'll listen for the tone. You'll put it in between the two hash marks. We'll talk about this in the next video. And when the tone changes, you're all done. And this reading should be within 15 millimeters plus or minus 2. So 15.6 is perfectly good. And then I like to do a second calibration anytime I have a brand new machine, brand new probe. And same thing, there we go, 14.5. So we're all good. This machine is up and running and ready for use. Stay tuned to part 2 for how to use the Model 30 Pneumatonometer.